the, how many years is this for SF Beer Week? But this is the Gala. This is the big kickoff to San Francisco Beer Week. This is huge. And as you can see behind me, an enormous number of people coming through the door. And these people have been standing in line for, we don't know how long, but we're going to probably grab somebody. Hey guys. Can you tell me how long you were standing in line tonight?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? Okay. But are you looking forward to the beers scene?
Yes.
Any particular beers you're looking for?
No.
No. Just give me good beer is what you're saying. Not an IPA.
Not an IPA.
Norwal Imperial Stout from Sierra.
Okay.
Check it out. That would be my end.
All right.
All right. Thanks for being here.
Hot out the tanks, pretty much. So.
Did you guys collaborate with Green Death as well?
We did. They actually brewed it at Speakeasy, so that was out of our tanks. So it was a fun day. All the brewers from all around town come down and brew together. Have a few beers. Good day. It's a good day.
Green Death, it's delicious.
Why? Is it hoppy or malty? Or?
It's kind of malty, I think.
Malty?
Yep.
Well, it's subtle. I think it's brewed with buckwheat, maybe. It's kind of a Belgian style. It's a departure from an IPA, but I think it's really good.
It's a favorite of everyone. We'll see if it's overrated, but although I've heard that this year is the best year for Pliny the Younger that's ever been.
Pliny the Younger, 2 weeks for us.
How is that every year, Benny? I mean, when do you guys start?
We always pour the Younger starting the first Friday of February.
I mean, going back, when do you start to conceptualize?
You know what? For the actual recipe, from year to year change recipe-wise, it actually starts a year before. So if you think about a beer that's only brewed once a year, your taste memory now from a year ago is a year old. So we actually make some notes and actually will go in and change the recipe, whatever little small tweaks we want to make a year ago, and then just store the recipe in our computer and then brew it this year. So in the big picture, we're thinking a year ahead of time. But from an actual operational standpoint, we start in about September, and there's certain beers at the pub that we know we can brew ahead of time, particularly Belgian yeast beers, things like Mortification, that's a quadruple, our Rejections, our black Belgian beer. Those things we can brew ahead of time, kind of stash them away and know that they'll still be in good shape by the time January comes around, and that's when we want to pour them. But for hoppy beers, you obviously can't brew them ahead, so those kind of struggle a little bit, and we'll run out of some of our hoppy beers when Younger's out. It is what it is.
Talk a little bit about the handling of the beer. I don't think people really realize how many times you're transferring this and dry hopping it. And
yeah, it's a very labor-intensive beer. Pliny the Younger is. We take 6 weeks to make. Elder's a 3-week beer, so it's literally twice as long. So for every tank turn that we make for Younger, which we only fill a tank once, but it's 6 weeks to do it. But an Elder batch, for instance, takes 3 weeks, so we could have turned the tank twice. Instead of brewing one batch of Younger, one tank full of Younger, we could have gotten 2 tankfuls of Elder or another beer out of it. In that 6-week period of making a Younger, we dry hop it 4 times. It's 4 1-week dry hops approximately, but even that's changing now a little bit. We're adjusting our dry hop cycle to make the beer better. You know, every year we try to make the beer better, batch after batch after batch. So here we are now, our 8th or 9th year making Younger, and we think this is the best batch we've ever made.
how about with the new hops coming out? I know there's a lot of different strains, and are they coming to you at all? And are you experimenting?
Yeah, we actually do a lot of experimentation with the hop breeding company. It's my good friend Jason Peralt Peralt. His family owns Peralt Farms. Jason's a 4th generation hop grower. His dad, Steve, is a 3rd generation hop grower. And we do a lot of experimentation with them, with new hop varieties, but we don't do it on the younger. The youngers are the hops that are in younger are pretty tried and true. We know we like a lot of Simcoe, a lot of Amarillo, and a lot of Centennial in it. We'll do there are other hops in it, but those are the predominant hops, and we normally doesn't change. It may be more Simcoe this year, maybe last year had more Amarillo, but for the most part it is the same hops year after year.
This is the 25th anniversary Celebrator Double Pale Ale. It's a beautiful beer. New spin on an old recipe.
It's been tweaked and changed an awful lot to what you get now when you buy a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. So we took the original recipe, we doubled the malt bill, then we used 3 different hops to represent the past, the present, and the future of Sierra Nevada. We used their Cascade, which is the main flavor that you get in most of their big beers. And then we added a dry hopping of Citra to represent the present, and experimental hop 366 for the future. And I think what we came up with was a real nice balanced double pale ale.
Did you guys brew anything special for?
We actually casked our Hoptologist, which is a double IPA. So we have it aged in the cask. That's our big special one. We also have a collaboration with Boulder Brewing. It's a rye IPA, and that's what we're also pouring tonight as well.
You know, they've entered several into the triple category as well as the double IPA fest, and we're all kind of rooting for them, man.
You guys have a great time, don't you?
Oh yeah, we absolutely do, man.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
So what does it take to be a geek?
What does it take? A lot of practice.
You mean one of these?
A beer geek?
25 years ago, it was a lot smaller. There weren't nano breweries, although there were small breweries. There were a lot, just so much fewer of them. Not as much diversity in what was being made. A lot of ales. Pale ale, amber ale was king 25 years ago. You rarely even saw wheat beer back then. But we've come a long way, obviously, in 25 years. And now it seems like a brewery opens every day, frankly. But yeah, we're up well over 2,000 now. So.
Where will we be in 25 more years?
25 more years? Well, if this pace continues, there are probably about 5,000 breweries, which would be more than there's ever been. I think the peak was in the 1870s, and I believe it was a little over 4,000 was the peak. Which was didn't last long, but I'd say we're on pace, but we'll have to see. So definitely, I'd like to be interviewed in 25 years and be able to tell you that. So we'll see how that goes.
Now I have to admit, this is the first time going to the beer fest here, so I'm kind of new to beers, but I got to try a lot of cool beers like Pliny the Younger. Really, really cool. I got to try that out, and this is actually this is pretty good. Yeah, definitely. It's very.
It doesn't look like you're going to go hungry either.
I am not. No, this is definitely, one of my friends Brian made this is definitely a lifesaver. I mean, you're walking around, you're kind of like, oh, I wish I had something, kind of, oh, there it is. And also the topping is I don't know which side it's on, but you get the little mints on the side right here. It's actually pretty cool.
We brought our Puddle Jumper Pale Ale, our Bombay Rouge Red IPA, the Double Standard Double IPA, and our Stonefly Oatmeal Stout.
How long have you guys been open now?
We'll be 17 years this March up in Santa Rosa, a block away from Russian River. So if you get tired in that line for Pliny, come over and have some beer and some food with us.
How's it been like working in, you and Vinny?
Oh, they're great. We love those guys.
He's a cool guy.
They're super helpful anytime, we need to borrow a cup of sugar, we go over and grab some grain from them, and same thing, hit them back. And, no, can't say enough good things about those guys. They really help out. No, it's great. It's just more good beer in Santa Rosa, and it brings more people to the area.
Did you guys do anything special for SF Beer Week?
We're down here at this event. We're going to be down again in the city next Wednesday out at the Ave Bar on Ocean Avenue. We're doing a night with Rubicon over there, so both our breweries will be down there.
You guys are like the new kids on the block here.
We are fresh out of the package, yeah. These beers we're trying right now, or we brought to you, our first 4 beers we brewed on our new system.
Right out of the womb.
Yeah, that's right. We're still.
Where are you guys located now?
We're in Livermore. We're off Vasco Road in Livermore, and yeah, we're excited. We've got a great tasting room. We've got a nice location by some wineries. It's quite a destination.
2402 Research Drive, exactly.
That might be a better answer.
We technically started the California Lager in February of last year for 2012, and then it was so popular we had to bring it back this year for this year's San Francisco Beer Week, and now it's going to be a permanent part of our lineup. And so it's been about a year in the making. It's just a really, really great beer.
That was 5 years.